Hello, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the official theme for Earth Day 2026, which is Our Power, Our Planet. It's a theme that really packs a punch, and we're going to unpack exactly what it means for our technology, for our politics, and yeah, for all of us.
All right, so first things first, let's get into the core idea behind this really powerful theme. Our power, our planet.
I want to start with a big question, one that really makes you think. What if the most important power source on this entire planet isn't solar, and it's not wind, but it's you? This idea kind of forces us to look beyond just the technology and think a little closer to home.
So, what's really cool about this theme is the clever wordplay. See, power isn't just about the electricity that comes from solar panels or wind turbines. It's also about the power we have as people, as citizens. Our ability to vote, to organize, and to demand real change. That dual meaning is absolutely key to understanding the whole thing.
And this brings us to what is maybe the central challenge we're facing. It's something we call the awareness to action gap. Think about it. Pretty much everyone is aware of environmental problems, right? But knowing about a problem doesn't always translate into real, measurable action, like getting new laws passed or building new infrastructure. And it's this gap that we're really going to be exploring.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the technology boom. Because on the electrical power side of things, the good news is that the progress we've seen has been, well, it's been absolutely incredible.
Get a load of this number, 40%. According to the International Energy Agency, that's the IEA, solar power generation grew by a massive 40% in 2025 alone. Now, this isn't just slow and steady progress, you guys. This is exponential growth. It shows that the technology is here and it is ready to scale up big time. And it's not stopping there. Looking forward, the IEA is projecting that our global capacity for renewable energy could be 2.6 times higher in 2030 than it was back in 2022. That's more than doubling our clean energy potential in less than a decade. The potential is just enormous. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? Here's the catch. As you can see from this chart, even with all that amazing growth, the pace we're on right now, it's just not fast enough. The global goal that was set at the COP28 climate conference is to triple renewable energy by 2030. And well, we're falling short of that goal.
So why? Why are we falling behind? Well, it really comes down to these three major bottlenecks. First, getting the permits to actually build new projects is painfully slow. Second, our electrical grids in many places are just too old to handle all this new energy. And third, getting the money together, the financing, is a huge hurdle, especially for developing nations. The tug is ready to race ahead, but our systems just can't keep up.
And this leads us right into the other side of the problem, the political bottleneck. Because if technology is moving at light speed, policy is often where progress just slows to a crawl.
This timeline for the Global Plastics Treaty is a perfect example. 175 nations all agreed to create a treaty to fight plastic pollution, which sounds great, but look at the progress. The meeting in February 2026 was just about procedures, not the treaty itself. The real talks might not even happen until late 2026 or, get this, early 2027. The pace is just incredibly slow.
In this quote here from the head of the UN Environment Program, it really says it all. This is diplomatic language for, look, we're frustrated, we don't have a deal, but we promise we're not giving up. It just perfectly captures the reality of how hard these global agreements are to pull off.
And just so we're all on the same page when we talk about a multilateral treaty, this is what we mean. It's a formal, legally binding agreement between a bunch of countries. It's not just a friendly suggestion, it's supposed to become law. And trying to get almost 200 countries to agree on one text, yeah, it's a monumental task.
So, we've got lightning-fast technology on one hand and snail-paced politics on the other. How in the world do we bridge that gap? Well, let's look at the people who are demanding change the loudest, a new generation of leaders.
The scale of this movement is just staggering. UNICEF's Green Rising campaign, for example, is aiming to mobilize 20 million young people by the end of 2026. And this isn't just about protests anymore. We're talking about training, building skills, and creating actual projects on the ground. But here's the crucial point, and it's a really important one. Young people are definitely gaining influence. They are being invited in the room way more often now, but they still have very limited formal power. They're not always at the table where the final, binding decisions about money and policy actually get made. And this shows just how much youth action is evolving. It's becoming more institutional, more official.
For instance, the UN has doubled the size of its youth advisory group. We're also seeing these really practical projects like the Green Rising Challenge in South Africa. Young people are moving past just demanding action and are starting to build the solutions themselves.
Okay, so we've looked at the tech, the politics, and the people. After all of that, what should you take away from this? What does it all mean? Let's break it down.
Here are the 3 main takeaways. Number 1, the renewable technology is here, it's ready to go, but our systems, like our grids and our permitting processes, are holding it back. Number 2, just knowing about a problem like plastic pollution doesn't magically create a solution. And number 3, young people are an incredibly powerful mobilizing force, but they need more formal decision-making power to make the biggest possible impact.
And if there's one single phrase to remember from all of this, it's this one. Not vibes, results. In the end, good feelings and general awareness, the vibes, they aren't enough. The goal has to be concrete, measurable results.
So, we'll leave you with this final question to think about. Can our incredible technological progress solve the climate crisis all on its own? Or is that civic power, the hard, slow work of changing policies and social structures, just as necessary? Our power, our planet. It really seems like we're going to need both. Thanks for tuning in.